Close your eyes for a moment. Picture the scene: a bright kitchen morning, sunlight spilling over a glass of milk. You were told it's the symbol of strength, that pure white liquid promising bones of steel, health, and vitality. For generations, we've been taught the same story. Drink milk for calcium, calcium for bones, bones for life. But what if the truth, the deeper, quieter truth, isn't that simple? What if the very thing we've been told is essential isn't the only way? We grew up on slogans, not science. From childhood ads showing athletes with white mustaches to school lunches lined with cartons of milk, it was never a question, it was a belief. But beneath the surface of that glass lies a more complex tale, one about digestion, absorption, balance, and biology. You see, calcium itself isn't rare, it's everywhere, in the soil, in the sea, in plants, in seeds, in the pulse of every living thing. The real question isn't where it comes from, but how your body receives it, absorbs it, and uses it. And that, surprisingly, is where milk's myth begins to unravel. Let's start with the basics. The body's architecture. Your bones are not stone, they're living tissue. Every second, they're breaking down and rebuilding, constantly reshaped by the dance of minerals, hormones, and nutrients. Calcium, yes, plays a starring role, but it's not alone. It needs vitamin D to absorb, magnesium to balance, vitamin K2 to guide it to the bones instead of arteries. Without these companions, calcium can't fulfill its promise, no matter how much you pour into your glass. Now here's the twist. Milk does contain calcium, plenty of it, but bioavailability matters more than quantity. It's not about how much calcium you eat, it's about how much your body actually keeps. Some studies suggest that the calcium in milk is absorbed at roughly 30% efficiency, yet leafy greens like kale, bok choy, broccoli, and turnip greens, often dismissed as secondary, can have equal or even higher absorption rates. Your body listens more to nature's language than marketing slogans. And then there's the chemistry of it all. Milk is rich in animal protein, which, when digested, produces acid in the body. To neutralize this acid, calcium may be drawn from bones to buffer the blood's pH. The paradox: in some cases, higher milk consumption correlates not with stronger bones, but with higher fracture rates. The body, overloaded with one message, tries to restore balance in another way. But the story gets deeper still. The human body is not a factory. It's a field of relationships. Every food you eat either supports harmony or stirs conflict inside that field. Milk, for some, brings comfort and nourishment. For others, it brings inflammation, bloating, congestion, or fatigue. The difference lies in individuality, in genetics, in enzymes, in the story your ancestors wrote in your DNA. Around 65% of adults worldwide are lactose intolerant. Their bodies stopped producing lactase, the enzyme that breaks down milk sugar, after childhood. For them, the universal food of calcium becomes an irritant, not a healer. And yet, nature is generous. For every person who can't digest milk, it offers endless other sources: almonds, sesame seeds, chia, flaxseed, tofu, beans, lentils, quinoa, collard greens, figs, each a quiet, unadvertised miracle of calcium. Even oranges, rich in natural citric acid, help your body absorb calcium more efficiently. These foods carry not just minerals, but life: fiber, antioxidants, enzymes, the whole orchestra of nutrition that milk alone can't play. Let's zoom out a little. Picture the ancient world. Before industrial dairies, before ads, before cartons, humans thrived on whole foods, seasonal rhythms, sunlight, and movement. Their bones were strong, their teeth resilient, their bodies capable, long before they ever heard the word pasteurized. They got their calcium from earth and leaf, from sesame and seaweed, from lentils and legumes. Their health was built on variety, not dependence. But then came an age of marketing. Milk was elevated from one food among many to the food of life itself. Governments subsidized it, schools distributed it, celebrities endorsed it. It became culture, identity, comfort. But behind the comfort, science whispered questions. Questions about digestion, bone density, and long-term impact. Because if milk truly guaranteed strength, why are osteoporosis and bone weakness still so common in nations that drink the most milk? The answer may lie not in deficiency, but in imbalance. We chase calcium while ignoring magnesium. We drink milk indoors while missing sunlight, nature's source of vitamin D. We focus on intake, not absorption. Your bones are more than calcium. They're an ecosystem, alive, responsive, and connected to every hormone in your body. Cortisol, the stress hormone, steals calcium reserves. Estrogen, in balance, protects bone density. In deficiency, it doesn't. Thyroid function, gut health, inflammation, all of these determine how strong your bones truly are, which means that healing them starts far deeper than your glass of milk. Let's talk about the gut, your second brain and your first gatekeeper. A healthy gut lining absorbs minerals like a fertile soil absorbs rain, but a damaged one, inflamed by processed food, sugar, or chronic stress, can't hold on to nutrients. Calcium passes through unused, like water through cracked earth. So before you worry about calcium numbers, ask this: is your soil ready to grow strong bones? And here's the quiet truth. Calcium is a team player. Without magnesium, it becomes stiff. Without vitamin K2, it wanders into arteries instead of bones. Without vitamin D, it never makes it past the intestines. Nature never designed nutrients to work alone. That's a human idea. Every food, in its whole form, carries the partners needed for harmony. Seeds, greens, nuts, legumes, they all contain the supporting cast your bones crave. And yet, the goal isn't to villainize milk. For many, it's comforting, cultural, and even beneficial in moderation, especially fermented forms like yogurt or kefir, where bacteria pre-digest lactose and add probiotics for gut support. It's not about rejection, it's about awareness. About realizing that milk can be a source, but not the only source. The body loves diversity more than dogma. Imagine a breakfast plate filled with color: sautéed spinach, chia pudding, a sprinkle of sesame seeds, a handful of almonds, a wedge of papaya, a squeeze of lemon water. That's calcium, that's magnesium, that's vitality in motion. Your bones don't just want minerals, they want life. And life doesn't come from one source. It comes from balance, variety, and rhythm. Here's something few people realize. Bones don't just need nutrients, they need movement. Each step, each stretch, each load you bear sends tiny signals through your skeletal network saying, stay strong, stay dense. Without movement, even the richest diet can't maintain structure. So the secret to bone strength isn't just what's on your plate, it's also how you live. There's a deeper symbolism here too. Milk has always been a metaphor for nurture, for beginnings, for care. But at some point, we must grow beyond dependence, in nutrition as in life. The body doesn't stop needing calcium, it simply evolves in how it gets it. It asks for variety, for color, for the wild abundance of nature, not the monotony of a single white drink. So the next time you pour milk, do it consciously. Ask your body, not tradition, does this serve me? If it feels light, digestible, energizing, then honor that. If it feels heavy, bloated, dull, listen and adjust. Your body is your wisest nutritionist. It speaks in energy, not advertising. Let's get practical, because understanding is power. If you're looking for real calcium strength, combine sources. Plant-based milks fortified with calcium and vitamin D. Sesame paste, tahini, spread on whole grain toast, chia or flax soaked overnight, a handful of almonds, a bowl of lentils, a slice of tofu. Each one small but together extraordinary. And remember this, calcium is about more than bones. It regulates heartbeat, supports nerves, enables muscle contractions. The same mineral that hardens bones also helps your heart soften its rhythm. That's balance. That's the intelligence of nature. We live in an age of extremes, high protein, low fat, plant-based, carnivore. But health doesn't live in extremes. It lives in awareness, in curiosity, in listening. Milk isn't wrong, it's just not the whole truth. The whole truth is wider, deeper, more generous, just like nature itself. And nature has never been singular. It always gives you choices. Almonds or oats, sesame or soy, greens or grains. What matters isn't dogma, it's digestion. Not tradition, but transformation. Your body isn't asking for loyalty, it's asking for understanding. For you to feed it what truly serves it, not what's simply sold to it. So maybe the question isn't, is milk the best source of calcium? Maybe it's, what's the best source of nourishment for me? Because when you begin to eat with awareness, you're no longer just feeding your body, you're feeding your truth. And that truth will show itself quietly, in stronger bones, calmer energy, radiant skin, and a mind that feels both clear and grounded. The myth fades, the wisdom stays. So tonight, as you reflect, don't think of milk as an answer or an enemy. Think of it as a symbol, a reminder that growth means exploring beyond what you were told. The calcium you need has always been waiting in a garden, in a seed, in the earth itself. Let your nourishment be rooted, diverse, alive. Let your choices come from awareness, not habit. Because when you feed yourself with truth, you build not just bones, but balance. Keep growing, keep glowing. This is Vital Dynasty.